Good morning, welcome back to the homestead. Hey, today we're going to start doing some cooking videos, some healthier cooking videos, and one of the things we like doing is the homemade tortillas. And today we're going to do some
sweet potato
tortillas. So this is my wife Sherry, and I will turn the camera over to her, and let's do some cooking.
Good morning. So we're going to start with a couple sweet potatoes. For our family of 4, I usually use about 2 small sweet potatoes. And so I'm going to show you what I do. I boil them. So just give me a second. I cut them up. I leave the peelings on them because you get all of the health benefits from the peelings. So I save the peelings. But let me show you what I do. I take 2 small sweet potatoes and I cut them and I just boil them. Just until they're real tender. Like right now, I can put my knife in them and they're just about done, so I'll give them another minute. But what I do is, you can use any flour you want. I transfer my sweet potatoes to my my handy dandy tool over here, my food processor, and I always mix them all up there, or you can mix them by hand. I used to mix them by hand, but it's much easier. But you can use any wheat flour you want. I use, instead of using all wheat flour, I use lentils, the bag of lentils. So I put me in about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of lentils in my Vitamix here. And these are amazing tools. And that ground it up for me so I can have fresh flour. So give me just a minute and let me take off my sweet potatoes and I will show you what I do next. I just take the sweet potatoes that I've cooled just for a minute and I put them in my food processor and I puree them until they're nice and fine. And reserve your sweet potato water in case you may need just a little bit to help them down. Once we get these down, I'll show you what we do next. You may have to, because from time to time I have to take my red spatula and scrape it down because you want to get every bit of that sweet potato pureed. So once you get it, you just start pureeing again. Then you could just gradually add your flour, any flour, lentil flour, buckwheat flour, whole wheat flour, whatever you use. We like the lentil flour because it's easier to digest. You just start pureeing, and it'll mix it for you. And like I said, you're going to have to scrape it down occasionally. See, you get a big mass in there. And you want it to, you can tell by the texture when it's done. I'm going to add a little bit more flour to mine. I want to add all that. And I'll show you in just a minute how it looks. You can see it coming together in a big ball. And that's how I know. You see it coming together in a ball, and that's how you know it's ready. You see you got a big mass up in there. And so I used to take this out and I used to roll it by hand with my little roller. I have a little roller that I used to roll it with. And it would take me quite a while, but my husband blessed me last week. He found me a tortilla press, and I will show you how easy it is to do that, and we will get back with you in just a moment. So then I transfer it to a bowl and make a big old ball. And what I do is I divide it in equal parts because I want even tortillas. I don't know about you, but it's a pain in the hiney when you're doing tortillas and they're all uneven. So for us, there's 4, so I'm going to cut it in half and in half again. That gives us 4 equal parts. So if you had 8 people, you would have doubled the ingredients, but you would take it out. So I just roll it in half, I roll it in a ball, and then I take it into my tortilla press. And what I do is I use wax paper so it won't stick. My friend taught me this, Mavis from Florida. And then I cover it with another piece of wax paper. And then I press down. What my husband does is he makes it on the flat griddle outside. So what we do is he just takes them, and if you want it even thinner than that, this one didn't get real flat, you can take it and do it again. Just push it down until it gets as thin as you want it. And then my husband just takes them, and what I do is I stack them up. I leave the paper on them so they don't stick. It makes it so much easier. And then I just go to my next one. So just to get all 4 done. These are very healthy because there are only 3 ingredients. Sweet potato, the flour that you choose, and then salt. Add about just a pinch of salt whenever you're boiling your potatoes. And you just press down. My husband fries these. You can put a little bit of grease on your pan if you want to, but you don't have to have it. But what I do is I take these and we get them all done. We'll get them cooked, and when we come back I'll show you what I put on them.
So I got a little bit of oil on the flat top. Looks like there's a lot on there, but there's not. It's just enough to keep it from sticking. I had to move inside the barn, edge of the barn today, because it started raining on me, so I had to move back a little bit. Our chickens out there running around. Even though it's raining, it's still a beautiful day out here today. But throw some of these tortillas on there, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, we got our tortillas turned over on there. Still want to share with you, if you put your tortillas on and they don't want to come off, they want to stick, you can do this in a pan too. Let them get warm and that will peel right off. See, that one stuck just a little bit right there in the corner. See that one right there, that's the last one I put on right there. Peel right off. And it's starting to smoke a little bit. I got it turned down on low. That flat top smokes a lot sometimes anyway, but it gets hot. We'll be back in a second. Okay. So I've got these turned down just about a quarter of the way. You start seeing the bubbles right here. You start seeing the bubbles. That's what you want to look for, and they start bubbling. Yeah. That's what you want, and then you gotta let it cook on down a little bit on that side. Don't take them very long. You can also do this inside in a pan. A cast iron pan works better, but you can use any pan. Don't really have to use the oil. Excuse me. I like the oil a little bit. It gives them a little bit crispy on the outside, but you don't have to use it if you don't like using the oil. They are looking good. Beautiful day out there today. Our animals, where it's raining, all of our critters are in the barn. They're not going out, they said. Our hoop house back over behind the greenhouse, you can see it laying down. The wind knocked it down, and I've got to do something different with it. But these smell like they're getting kind of toasty and done, so let's check them real quick. They may be ready to take inside. Not quite. That one's looking good. That one looks good. That one needs a little bit more. That one needs a little more. We're going to go ahead and put these other two on our plate. And I'll get these off the grill and we'll meet you back inside.
Back on here real fast before I pull all this together and explain the reason why we try to make everything from scratch. Because our kids, I always had food allergies growing up, but my parents didn't know it. Was on all kinds of antibiotics, caused a lot of health problems for me. And our children came into this world, and we were blessed with them, but we were very blessed with them. And they had food allergies themselves, but come to find out, it really wasn't the foods that they were allergic to. It was the preservatives, the additives, the genetically modified foods. So we try to make everything from scratch here the best we can, even our own seasonings. We try to bring everything together. We're on a journey to, let's see, instead of living to eat, we are eating to live. So we'll be back when we have all this cooked up, and we'll show you what it looks like. So I get my meat, which we use a lot of ground chicken, the hormone-free ground chicken. And my son is my spice man. He likes to add a bunch of spices to it. So he always likes to add some cumin, paprika, ground cumin, curry, garlic, salt, and some hot stuff. So I'm going to get this ground chicken going, get it cooked up. Then I'm going to cut me up some raw cabbage. I'm going to show you what we do with that. I'll be back in just a minute. So I got some cabbage cut up. We use a lot of cabbage here because just the regular leaf lettuce don't have a lot of nutritional value, and we like something with a crunch. So I cut up about a third of a head of a cabbage, real crunchy. And then I take and add, probably, you can see, I'll just sprinkle liberally a little bit of salt on it just to help it wilt. And then we take some lemons. I cut up a lemon. We take some lemon, we just squeeze it all over the cabbage. It helps it to break down, and it gives it this nice flavor. So we use cabbage with lemon and salt to help flavor it, but to put on our tortillas. My husband's out in the garage cooking. It's rainy, so today's going to cook them outside on the flat grill. But it's smelling good up here. We got our meat going, got our cabbage going. My honey came in for a quick break, come in and see what's going on. So we will be back with you in just a few minutes. So this is what it looks like. It looks yummy with some cabbage and ground chicken and some raw onion. And I made some homemade salsa this past summer, so I'm going to put some of that on. I usually make avocado mayonnaise to go on top of ours instead of cheese, but my avocados didn't look too good, so I decided not to make it. But I will do that next time in a video. I'll show you how to make homemade mayonnaise, and then how I add avocado to it to make avocado mayonnaise. But it looks really yummy, and I know that we're going to enjoy it. So we just want to take this time to show you how to make some sweet potato tortillas from scratch. Have a blessed day, and thank you for watching. Please like and share this video.